Yo, what up with it, y'all? What up with it? What up? What's up? What up, man? What's up with everybody, man? Hope that everybody feeling good, feeling great today. Good morning to everybody up out there, man. It's been a long. Y'all gotta work with me, man. Work with me, because I had to set up my I had to reset up my studio and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all a little chance to come up in here and whatever. Um, fix my mic. It's a lot more echo in here because I'm in a bigger space now. You know what I mean? Congratulations. Bigger space and everything. Bigger space. Cam. Got the cam good and all that. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of things working in a positive manner right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with that. You know, I ain't really got too much to say about that. You know, it's not in a small confined space no more. Um, got a lot of space around me. I don't know if I'm gonna probably work it a little different or whatever, but that's cool though. So I'm about to go ahead and I'm trying to send this link out. I don't know how to send a link to everybody that's in the Discord. So I don't really know how to do that. I don't know if you just copy and paste the link from YouTube and you just send it to the Discord or whatever, or however that goes. I don't know how that works. Let me see if this is gonna work like that. All right, so I paste it in there and then what? Just send it. Uh, oh yeah, that's what I do, I guess. All right, so it's there. It's in the Discord now, so everybody know in the Discord that I'm live. Um, and now that I'm live, you know what I'm saying? So there's some certain topics that we're gonna talk about today, right? Certain topics I'm gonna talk about. As y'all know, we got Shedeur Sanders on here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Um, we got a bunch of things that's going on right now in the sports space right now, man. A bunch of shit, man. Like there's too much that's going on for real, if you ask me, bro. Like a bunch. So let me try to so much going on. The NBA finals. We got the NBA finals on the slate. What else I got on the slate? Let me see. The NBA finals talking about Shedeur Sanders, the hype train that's surrounding him right now. I'm definitely going to speak on that because I got to. No other choice. Steelers talk. Aaron Rodgers, he just had came to the squad. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting Aaron Rodgers. Like we better win a fucking Super Bowl, right? That's what everybody's out there thinking. Like you're thinking that right now. Like we better run the Super Bowl if we get to have Aaron Rodgers there. Um, Anthony Richardson, we're gonna speak on that today. That's crazy. Anthony Richardson is injured yet again. That's crazy. Like he's already injured with a shoulder injury. Like he's too young to be going through these injuries. And then not too long ago, was he on the football field tapping out before things went bad? Like, and now he's injured yet again in OTAs. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like something got to give with dude, man. Something got to give. Something got to give with old boy. Like old boy got to get it together, man. So I'm about to share this. I got to share it on Facebook and everything else because I be having so many people come through, and you know what I mean. And that's how it's Facebook, Twitch, you know what I mean, Twitter, all of that. But yeah, it's crazy to me, man. That's wild. That dude is hurt, but none other, man. I'm about to get up into the show for y'all, man. I ain't gonna keep, you know what I'm saying, talking y'all to death out here, man. I know y'all like trucking. All right, shut up. Let's get the show going. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Because y'all could be anywhere, right? But right, y'all here rocking out with your boy, man. Early in the morning. Most people still sleep, but this is when I gotta come get it in. I gotta come get that work in early because I got things to do on Saturday. We got a baseball tournament today. My son does, so we gonna get that popping, man. Got a little baseball tournament out there. Hopefully they go out there and they win. I haven't had too much luck with that so far with this travel baseball thing. So we'll see what happens though. You know what I mean? Anything can change anything. So if y'all out there, man, I appreciate y'all hitting that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, despite what people say about me, I'm not that bad of a person. You dig? I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not that bad of a person. I'm a cool guy. I'm a decent guy. All right. So despite what they out there talking about me, I'm a cool guy. You dig? Don't listen to everybody because they might be wrong. But anyway, I'm starting off with the other news, man. The other news. And why am I coming out talking about the other news, dog? You should go start the show with that other news, trucking. You bugging. Nah, I got the reason why I want to come out and I want us to start talking about the other news immediately is simply because I'm dropping a link in the chat right now for anybody that might want to drop it in. Is because obviously the other news has to do with Angel Reese and kind of her podcast, but also it's other news. It's not about basketball. You know what I mean? But still, I think it's something that we should all be speaking about right now, especially what's been going on out there. You know what I mean? Especially the way that some women are sexualized and don't want to be, but when you ask not to be sexualized and then you make a video with Sexy Red like this, that's crazy. I mean, it's the off season, you know what I mean? During the season, there's so much to talk about that you really ain't got to bring up a topic such as this. You know what I mean? You could say, I don't want to touch it. And you could don't have to if you don't want to. But that's not true. That's not me. You know what I mean? I think we gotta start having these conversations about shit like this, man. I really honestly do, man. Sometimes you know what I mean, I think about these things and I pray on these things, but we got to start having these conversations about shit like this. Like this cannot, this can't happen, especially when you ask people not to sexualize you, you know. And I think that was a while back when she was like doing like a Sports Illustrated, something with Sports Illustrated or something like that. But you make a video with a woman who is known for carrying STDs and being thottish, being just nasty, just disrespectful towards women. You know what I mean? Like the whole stigma of what women don't want. Like you got the number one chick, you doing a video with her. You know what I mean? Like that's not cool. That's not respectable. You got brands. You are a brand. Man, let me show y'all the video first, man. Then I'll speak on it, man. That's crazy to me. It was crazy. I was like, I gotta show everybody this video I'm talking about. Let me show y'all the video. Of course, y'all gonna like it. I gotta mute the sound because I ain't trying to get copyrighted. But let me share the link with y'all, man. This is the video, dog. You know what I mean? Here, I'll play the sound. Fuck it.
Big mama. Yeah. Big mama. That big mama for real. I didn't know that. It's so proportional, like. No, that's what I'm saying. She talking about 200. It don't even look like it. That's what I'm talking. Yeah.
So there you go.
Now let me see your booty. Dang.
Okay. I mean, like, so, let's call it what it is, right? This is just sometimes you could easily sit here and say, like, this is just two young ladies having fun. Cool. And it could very well be that. Because this is like normal hood behavior between two chicks that's from around the way. Like they got a little sleepover going on and they behind closed doors. However, it's being filmed and it was posted. See, that's when it becomes news because of how big you are, right, Angel Reese? Because of how big Angel Reese is. I don't want my daughter saying this shit. Like, people that got daughters would probably understand, like, nah, I ain't trying to have her acting like this out in public. Because if you walk past your daughter's room and you saw her doing that, you'd be like, oh, shit. Now I gotta have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? With her friend. Some of y'all probably stop and look at the friend. I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel. I don't know how some pervs feel out there, but I know I'm definitely gonna say something. But it's the brand and it's everything that comes with being with somebody like Sexy Red. And it's the fact, I think it's the fact that she also said at one point in time, don't sexualize me. Focus on basketball, man. Don't be putting shit out. Don't be putting stuff out here like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. I mean, like, you might as well be, because now, believe it or not, I know my teenage son seen this. You know what I'm saying? And this type soft porn type shit, bro. Probably got his little whacker hard. Let's just call it real. We gotta have these conversations. Like, you know what I mean? He looked at the video, was like, wow, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Look at her twerking, look at her butt. And now you are sexualized. So say what you didn't want is what you just got. So you did want it all along. You did want it all along. You know what I'm saying? But I really think you need to focus on your craft of basketball, because let's just keep it a buck. Like, she grabbing rebounds because she's 6'4". I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna talk it like it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry for you. But she's 6'4", so she's gonna grab rebounds. It's impossible to grab rebounds when you're that tall. But to be honest, I have not seen her game evolved. I have not seen her evolve game. If I'm tripping, y'all go ahead and y'all tell me you tripping, Truck, and go ahead and say what you need to say. Because I don't see where her game has evolved. I seen people's game get better and evolve. Now, did she add something to her game since she's been in the WNBA? I don't know. I mean, you got to be working hard. I mean, to keep up with them. But I mean, damn, come on, man. Focus on the sport. I ain't mad. As a man, ain't nobody mad to watching this. I'm only bringing it up because she was the one that was saying, don't sexualize me. But this is exactly what that is. The first time you watched it, you look at a video like this, you like, dang, look at her cakes, bro. Like, I'm about to, like, yeah, I'll smack. I'm definitely about to smack. That's the conversation men is having right now, period, point blank. And y'all kill me. And it's crazy because women are wear stuff like that with nothing on underneath it. No drawers on, no bra on. You can see through the whole outfit, but then get mad when you got dudes looking at you like, and whistling and doing whatever it is. Can't be mad. You cannot be mad. You half naked, dog. Can't be mad. Like, stop being mad like that. Like, that's crazy to me. Don't sexualize me, but you weren't doing some shit like that on the internet. Anyway, I ain't gonna spend too much time on that topic. I just had to get y'all blood flowing this morning. What's good with it, JB? What's good with it, yo? I just had to get y'all blood flowing in the morning real quick and talking about that. You know what I mean? Wake y'all up some. And some other news that's going on right now. In the other news, we also got, I just wanted to show this video. Dude's a crash out, bro. Y'all can't be acting. This is crazy. Got a bad name. Look at Cuz, bro. Look at Cuz, bro. In a GameStop because they ain't had no more Nintendo Switch. That's crazy.
GameStop, this is Brian. How can I help you?
That's crazy. Tell me I ain't see what Cuz just did. I'm gonna leave it on repeat. Look what he just did, bro. Look what he just did. He couldn't get the new Switch. So look, Cuz was swole. Look, he tore up the whole GameStop. That's crazy, bro. Flipping. Oh, hey, yo. That's crazy, bro. We do it to ourselves, man. The behavior, the stigmas we don't want, we do it to ourselves, bro. But then the crazy thing about it is, if somebody was to say something constructive to that man or criticize that man or even give that man some advice or something like that and telling me was wrong, they be wrong. And the majority of the people, like, y'all sit behind and shit, it's caught on camera. This is stuff that goes viral all around the world nowadays. And then you get mad when somebody got something to say, but you putting it on the internet. Like, come on, bro. That's news now. That is what literally is news now. X is news. That is what the news is. It is what's on the internet. Who's popular? Who's doing what? If you got 20 million followers and you post something on the internet, it's news. Let's call it what it is. But then you get mad when somebody don't speak on a topic or say something to what your ears want to hear. But it's crazy though, because it's crazy to me, right? Because and this leads into my Shedeur thing, and I'm gonna talk about the Shedeur hype train real quick because it leads right into this, and I must speak on it, right? So, and I talk about him every week, right? I want him to succeed. His dad says that he's a God-fearing man or whatever, right? And there's a lot of people that's out there that go there But if y'all could remember what in the Bible or whatever, it said something. I think it was in like Timothy or something, like Timothy 4 verse 3 or something like that. Now I ain't trying to get all preaching on y'all or nothing, but it's just going to come a time where people pretty much want to hear what they want to hear. You ain't gonna believe the truth. The truth is gonna be a lie, and when the truth is spoken, you don't want to hear that. You want to hear what you want to hear, whatever that is. Even if it is a lie, they'll run with that. And I think, and by far, it's been true. And all I'm saying is if it was true way back when, before we was even thought of, before we even any of that, we still the same people that's acting the same way now today. We are still acting the same exact way as our ancestors did way back when, that got punished and did whatever. We still acting the same way. Ain't nothing changed out here in this world. The only thing that's changed is technology. But us as people, we ain't changed a bit. We ain't changed not one bit. Propaganda has always been a thing. It's always been a thing on how to spin people and change narratives. It was done with pieces of paper. You had to know somebody with a print shop. It was done by the leaders of certain communities that, like the unions and stuff like that. But we're still the same people as we was in the 1800s, in the 1700s, in the BCs, and the ADs, all that. Still the same people. Nothing has changed but technology. And I had to point that the reason why I wanted to say that is because for some people out there that respect Coach Prime so much, that y'all follow the book, the good book, and the good news and the good word, however you want to put that. Maybe y'all understand it in those terms. Nobody has changed anything. But the one thing that we all doing that we ain't supposed to be doing is idolizing people, and we are all equals. So if I got something to say about one of my brothers or sisters out there that I may not know them, no, but if it's constructive, then it's constructive. And if it's good, then it's good. But you know what I mean? There's a fine line between that. But then you're hated and you're ridiculed for your honest opinion on certain things out there, especially when it comes to Shedeur. And I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. You're a fan. You're a super fanatic about him. You know what I mean? And you're gonna follow him wherever he go, and you want him to succeed. But there's also a place where you got to come to where do you know the sport that he's in and understanding the sport of football. This isn't just life where he's definitely going to win at. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that goes into the sport of football. Now, I can sit here and tell y'all a million things good, and I could just keep it all good for y'all. Like, look, I'm going to just keep it this way and play the game at the way that the game is supposed to be played out here on the internet. But that's not real. That's not real. When we have to cook out, I'm not sitting there with a beer in my hand, and I'm not going to give y'all, and everything that's being said ain't going to be all sweetness, ain't going to be all good coming out of everybody's mouth that's around you in real life. It just don't happen like that. But we run to this internet world, put some headphones on our head, get behind the mic, and we want to say everything good, and then we create a false reality. It ain't real. It's not real. I'm just keeping it a buck. For our favorite guy to be drafted the way he was disrespectful, number one, right? We could all agree on that. But it happened, right? So for him to be sitting fourth on the depth chart right now, and for people to keep spinning this thing that in this narrative that he's just going to jump above these other guys who have already performed their job and been in the league and done things already. There's no way. So let me break this down. No, so do I have to break this down to some people? Maybe I'm not speaking clear enough because I get to talking. You got to listen to trucking, right? I talk slow, but y'all don't listen fast enough. All right. So you got a job. There's a job that everybody's good at. You get a new job. This person has been at this job that you've been doing for 5 years. This person's been there for 3 years. Yeah, they've been late a couple times, had a couple absence, but they know everything you know. You just getting out of school and you going there for that position. That's the way that this works a little bit, some of the way. Kevin Stefanski is comfortable with the veterans in his offense. I don't think that it ever was said out of my mouth that he's not going to make the roster or that, you know what I mean? I think I'm just saying, like, chill out. Let's let this play. We could root him on. You know what I'm saying? Things like, go Shedeur. You can do it, Shedeur. Shedeur, we got your back. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what we're hearing. That's not what we're hearing. We're hearing Dylan Gabriel can't win the job. Why can't he, though? He literally played in 3 different college football systems. He's been drafted in the 3rd round by the same exact team. They see something in him. He just played on an undefeated Oregon Ducks team last year. They didn't lose a game until the playoffs to the team that won a national championship. If Oregon doesn't play Ohio State until the end, they make it to the end. He was that good. We can't knock that. We shouldn't knock it. It's okay to tear him down, but it's not okay to tear the other person down. That's not cool at all, right? Either way it goes. But y'all a bunch of hypocrites out there that speak on this topic. That's what y'all do. This is just a fact. And then you turn around and say, okay, well, Kenny Pickett ain't gonna do nothing. Let's talk about it. Kenny Pickett played for the Steelers. We drafted him in the 1st round, so we gave him the 1st round tag, right? He did all right for us. He won us some games. He's played in the AFC North. He's familiar with the teams. He knows the rigor that it takes on your body, right? He ain't the best, but he went to Philly, skimmed his way through a Super Bowl, but played behind a Super Bowl winning quarterback, seen the offense ran, seen how it was commanded. That matters in the NFL. And now that's why Kevin Stefanski picked him up. You know what I'm saying? And then Flacco, the last time they had Flacco in Cleveland, Flacco came to Cleveland and he did well. Flacco came to Cleveland last time and did well. So now we looking at that like, and you have to look at that situation like, that's what's up. That's what's up. But there's nothing wrong with saying, go Shedeur. You got this, Shedeur. Let's go, dog. Let's go, Shedeur. But that's not what we're doing. That's not what y'all doing out there. That's not. Everybody's out there tearing everybody else down and saying that they have no chance of starting because they had their chance. But that's exactly why they're above him now, because they had their chance in the league that's tough as hell to play in. That's all, you know what I mean? So when we looking at this, and I say, y'all, pump your brakes. We could root for him. And then it's crazy because if I say something negative critiquing him, then I'm a hater, right? To a lot of y'all out there. But if y'all critique and say something about everybody else, y'all not haters because you bigging up one person. Total contradict. I don't get it. Never will understand it. But we know what it is. And y'all might as well just say it. But see, I'm trying to stay positive, but see, the old me would have just been like, y'all just got this thing so far down y'all throat right now, y'all gagging. Like y'all sitting there gagging. Like that's just what it is. But I'm not gonna say that. I'll just say y'all lost and y'all don't understand the game, the way that the game is played at this level, and the things that it takes to win a job. That's what I'll say. Just to be nice about it. But what up, Neckbone? What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on, trucking? What's going on, trucking family? What's going on, man? I'm just hearing the conversation about Kenny Pickett and the Browns quarterbacks, man, and I'm hearing these Shedeur Sanders is fourth string. Man, he in the right spot, man. Everybody just need to calm down a little bit, man, and just realize, man, this NFL, it's not college, it's not high school. It's gonna take him some time to get where he need to get, and as fans, we just gotta be patient. We can't be outlandish, man.
Absolutely. I feel that, Neckbone. I feel that. I get you. I get you, brother. I get that. Hey, man, y'all make sure that everybody that's here right now, y'all make sure to go check out Neckbone. Neckbone has his own channel, man. Neckbone's Takes. It's great channel, man. Great dude, man. So y'all go over there and y'all check out some of his content and y'all subscribe to his channel. Show some love to him, man. Everybody that's tuned in. You ain't said nothing wrong, Neckbone. I think, you know what I mean? Like, and that's all we all been trying to say, though. That's all we've all been trying to say for so long. Like, and it's only OTAs. You know, he has a long road ahead of him. If we rush him out there on the field, and they got the NFC North, he plays in the AFC North, and the games that he got to play this year, like, y'all want to rush him to the field? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do that. This ain't the year to do that. Now, they will play him at some point. But realistically, like, and then another thing I think that I've been saying, and a lot of other people been saying, is that he's drafted in an expendable position, meaning that, and believe me, I didn't want to hear that. Y'all, like, I'm with y'all. I'm with a lot of y'all out there. I didn't want to hear that. But it's the facts. It's just the facts of the business. You drafted in the 5th, 6th round. You don't pan out. You're all right. You're expendable. They'll probably be looking to go quarterback next year if they don't have a successful season. That took me a while too. I was hard headed to realize that too. Had a whole argument. Oh man, I disagree with you, Raw. I disagree with you, Raw. You should have heard me. You should have heard me. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear that alpha. I ain't trying to hear that dog. Like, man, listen. I believe. I still think the quarterback, they still going to keep him. You know what I'm saying? Just out of because of his sheer popularity. You know what I mean? They may keep him. But if they don't have a good season, they go on quarterback. Like, you know what I mean? He got to come in and throw 20 touchdowns with no interceptions. None at all. His first 20 touchdowns got to be straight 20 touchdowns. 5th round pick.
No, I don't agree with that one, man. I don't agree with that. I honestly feel like, man, just do the best you can, and man, light it up. You know, and I was talking to my dad last night about this conversation, and he said that Shedeur Sanders is a comparison to Robert Griffin his rookie year. Mm-hmm. And you know I had to tear him. You know his pops, but I had to tear into him. You know, you talking about a quarterback who won Rookie of the Year, who could move out the pocket. Man, that's not a good comparison, Dad. I don't need you. I ain't gonna let you get that one out. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's just fans, they got expectations on what Shedeur Sanders can do, but that's just not. Just let him. Like, for example, Pat Mahomes, right? He learned 2 years behind Alex Smith before he took the job. And it's his job. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people like myself who thought he was a quarterback that could have started over Alex Smith, but it wasn't what Andy Reid wanted at the time. Because he knew what he had in Pat Mahomes, right?
Right.
So, and it wasn't the L keeping Alex Smith in there. For example, if Joe Flacco go out there and win 8 or 9 games this year, and Shedeur is the backup quarterback for this team, that's good.
Yes, it
I
is.
hear a lot of content creators saying if Joe Flacco go out there and they lose 4 or 5 games in a row, and then they throw Shedeur Sanders in there, that's not good. That's saying, okay, if Shedeur get in there and he don't do good, let's just say he don't do good. That's bad because now they're going to go get an Archie Manning.
Oh, we got somebody. Oh, I thought we had some. Yeah, yeah, you right. You right. Hey, Neck Bone. Great take, bro. Great take. Drop a bomb. Great take. I like it. I like it, Neck Bone. I agree.
I
I
don't
agree
get it.
with
I
it.
don't get it, man. I just like, what do you want as a fan? All these CU content creators is headed to Cleveland, like I was saying. They all want him to fail more than they want him to win, and they're not even noticing it. Because why are you wanting Joe Flacco to go out there and lose 4 or 5 games this year? What's the point of that? What I mean, it makes no sense because the last time he was in Cleveland, I believe they made the playoffs.
Now, hold on, Neck Bone.
So
Explain to the people what happens if Joe Flacco if he does lose 4 or 5 games and then Shador got to come in and take over. Explain to them. I think you're going on that. Go ahead, explain, please.
I'm just saying, if he go 0-4 this year, right? Say they go to Kenny, because obviously he's a fourth string quarterback, right? But let's just say that he somehow wins the preseason quarterback battle out of the other quarterbacks, right? Because like Colin Cohan said, like, okay, for example, you could just let Joe Flacco sit out the preseason and play in week one. I mean, I feel like he deserved that.
Yeah.
But for example, if he go in there and go 0-5, and you got Cleveland fans say, "Oh, Brett, put Shedeur in," like they was doing Manziel, put Manziel in. You all know if Shedeur Sanders doesn't get the job done, that he's gone too.
Where does he? But where does he go? See, and that's
That's where
realistic.
he becomes a trade asset
Mm,
if he don't get cut.
mm,
Because just because his name is Shedeur Sanders, if he doesn't perform with those quarterbacks they got, they're gonna clean house.
right,
They're
right.
gonna go get another guy that's a Kenny Pick, but they're gonna build around Archie or whoever is the quarterback. Some might say it might be Nico if he have a good season in UCLA. He decided to declare for the draft. It could be any of those guys coming in the NFL as a rookie, and they're gonna go get the guy that's the best for the job.
They're gonna go get the whoever, whatever position they in, to get the best guy available at quarterback. If they do not have a successful season, they're doing just that. And believe me, I was hard hitting on that, and that just comes from lack of research and lack of looking into things. But see, that's the thing with me though. See, I do switch up sometimes because I speak at a turn sometimes, and but when you look into things and when people say things, I listen. I listen to what people saying. So it took me to go back and to really look at that next year's class. Like, oh my goodness. Like, oh my goodness. Like, it may force some people like Lenore Sellers not to come out. Like, people keep saying that Lenore Sellers is going to come out if he have a good season. He don't have to, because next year's class is going to be so deep, so deep. Like, there's so many quarterbacks that just literally have to, they just gotta just have a good season statistically for the analytics. You know what I mean? And that's it. And they're gonna be first round picks. And I'm just, you got Garrett Nussmeier, Archie Manning. Who'd you talk about? You said Nico
Laviava.
Marvava, Talon Green down there at Arkansas. Yeah, I keep mentioning him because he's 6'6", 230 pounds. If he has and he's a dual threat quarterback. So if he has a good season and playing in the SEC, believe it or not, he's going to jump everybody else. The dude is 6'6". That's what they're looking at first. But if we learned that from this year's draft, that even if Garrett Nussmeier at LSU and Tylen Green, if they have if they both throw for 3,000 yards, but if Tylen Green runs for 1,000 yards and he's has 6 touchdowns, he's 6'6", 230. He's going to get drafted before the 6'2", 225-pound Garrett Nussmeier. Like we seen that. If you haven't learned that from this year's draft, then you know moving forward that that's going to happen. A lot of those guys are only 6'2", which means that if they're listed at 6'2", they're listed at 6'2", right? So when they go to the combine, they can be 6'1" and something. You know what I mean? Like we found out Shedeur was. Shedeur was what, 6'1" and 3/4 or something. I don't know, but you know, we learning that, you know, they put a quarter inch, half an inch on these guys on when they're listing them. You know what I mean? So if he's listed at 6'6", dude, 6'5". You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of guys. Drew Allers listed at 6'5" up at Penn State. He just got to take care of the ball, look good statistically. You know what I mean? And he's going to be a first-round pick. Like Carson Beck, I know a lot of people don't want to hear about that. He gets Miami into the playoffs. He's 6'4", 200. I think he's close to them, 230 or something like that. He'll be a first-round pick. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of guys out there that will get picked before, you know. I think even how tall is Archie? I don't even know how tall Archie Manning is, but he got one up on everybody because of his athletic ability. He's the most athletic Manning that we've ever seen. Like we've never seen either one of the Mannings run like him. I think his grandfather ran good, was an athlete, but I mean, we didn't see Peyton or or Eli run like that. So, but still, like that helps being athletic at the quarterback position. But you know, that's what they look at, their traits. You know what I mean? And I broke that down. Like when they're looking at the quarterback position, they're looking at their arm traits, because you have arm traits and you have mental traits. You know what I mean? Like mental traits, most quarterbacks have that. You know, the mental traits at the college position. If you're a starting quarterback in D1 college football, you have most of the mental traits that they're already looking for at the next level in the NFL. But you know, the arm traits is what separates the elites from everybody else. Like, okay, the physical attributes you may have, like being a true dual threat, such as like a Cam Newton or somebody like that. But your arm traits, you know what I mean? That matters. Accuracy matters, and breaking accuracy down into a science to put context on accuracy. We know that's high, low, left, right. That matters. Not throwing the ball behind the guy who's breaking towards the sideline, putting it out in front of him on his hands. You know, that all that little stuff matters, and it comes down to that. And they don't really get to evaluate these guys till after the season's over and watch their film anyhow. You know what I mean? And they start going back. So it may even be a quarterback that we're not even talking about here today that will show up and be a top round pick. But all we really getting at is speaking and is saying that they have to have a winning season in order to not draft a quarterback, because they already told us that the story that they're going to cover their position for this year and get future backups. And if they hit on one of these guys, then cool. But if they don't win this year with any of these guys, none of these guys will be the starting quarterback for them next year, because they're going to go out in the first round and get a quarterback. That's what they're telling us. Like, let's just call it what it is. But
and I will agree, Trucking, because like if you look at their list, they have no problem sending quarterbacks on their way. If you look at that list, it's almost like 17 or 18 guys on there. They have no problem getting guys up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling even all the quarterbacks was on their last leg. They're going to go get those guys. And if the guy that they don't draft pan out, I feel like that's their plan. They always want to draft a guy. And if he don't pan out, they're going to have somebody in free agency or somebody they can go pick up that could possibly win them 8 or 9 games. You know what I'm saying? And when it's going up to 17 games now, that hopefully they can get 10 games, just like I said with Flacco.
mm-hmm.
Hopefully you can get 10 wins out of Flacco, because that's gonna build confidence with Shedeur. Like, okay, well, we don't have to go in free agency. If I'm the guy, we don't have to go in free agency and go get a whole offensive line. We don't have to go get another defensive lineman. We can actually go get some receivers and tight ends and hopefully a fullback
Mhm.
that I could chunk the ball out of the backfield too. So it's all good if they're winning. But if they're terrible, like I know, if you play football before, you rather go into an organization where it's loaded than like the guy you have on the screen, like Anthony Richardson, where you got only probably him himself that's on the team other than the defensive backs that's decent enough to have confidence going into the next season with.
Right. Right. You're right. And I like so and moving on, so to wrap that up, I think we just saying that, I don't think it's, by what y'all saying about people critiquing Shedeur Sanders and the Shedeur Sanders hype train. Um, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with rooting somebody on and speaking it into existence. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Positive affirmation, however you want to put that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. See, it becomes hypocritical when you tearing somebody else down to big somebody else up and using y'all
Yeah.
words, because now you become a hater, right? So that's all I was saying. You know what I mean? That's all the point I was making. Like, if you're gonna talk about it, then talk about it. Don't say what somebody else don't have or what somebody else don't possess when ain't none of us NFL coach. No matter how good you get on this microphone and on the internet and speak good and tell people exactly what they want to hear and what they desire to hear, don't matter, because it is what it is. Like, you don't tear somebody else down. If you're gonna spit the facts, spit the facts. And that the facts is that it's a long road ahead because there's guys that have the experience. That's all I was saying. But moving on and speaking about this Anthony Richardson situation, man, because look like we got a whole bunch of people.
Trucking,
What's up?
trucking. Can I say something before we end off of
Yeah,
this? Right.
speak on it, man. Go ahead and speak
And
on it, man.
I'm never gonna say anything that's speculation. I'm gonna say stuff that's been recorded, that's on videos on draft day. And now on my panel, I was like, okay, who do we blame? Okay, I'm gonna just tell you who I blame out of this situation. You have to blame Coach Prime because when he came out and said, Shedeur said they had a quarterback in Cleveland.
Real effort.
When
It's
he
just
didn't get
basic
picked,
stuff.
he didn't get picked the first, second round. They said the Browns will no the first round. They said he Prime was telling him the Browns could possibly pick you, Shedeur. And he went on live on Well Off and he said, man, Joe Flacco my age, right? And they made him wait another 2 rounds for him to pick him after they picked everybody. So if you want to blame somebody, blame Prime because he set the atmosphere for them to treat him how they're treating him.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, they wanted him, but if you gonna go out and you gonna speak negativity before and feel like you that guy and try to rub salt, you know what I'm saying? Try to talk crazy because Flacco is a guy that they feel like they were as confident in getting in free agency to help the organization. And you basically just told him, okay, yeah, he my age. Dion say he my age. They need a guy young. But guess who probably gonna be starting week 1? Joe Flacco. Guess who's probably gonna go past what Prime said and actually teach Shedeur Sanders a little bit of something? Joe Flacco. So when I hear these content creators in the CU atmosphere say these things like, hopefully they lose 5 or 6 games and Shedeur can jump in, I'm gonna blame Prime because what he came out and said.
Mm.
Now, you know what I'm saying? They just following the leader, all the cult members, and now to say Cleveland Browns bandwagon fans, it's prime fault is for that for what's going on because it don't
Mm.
make no sense. This happens for no other player other than Shedeur. We're not asking for film for any other quarterback going into his rookie season other than these CU fans and Colorado bandwagon fans. And that's all I gotta say, trucking on that.
All right, fair enough, man. Um, just to clear it up though, we 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 all want Shedeur to be successful. We have a different sense of reality to look at the situation. There's a lot of people that's in the circle of people that we know that comes on the panels that we do. Shout out to Rawhide. That have been around the game, such as defensive D1 defense coordinators, guys who've been in the league, guys who've trained people in the league, um, and that's why where we get information from. So and there's nothing wrong with rooting somebody on. Once again, man, rooting him on all you want to. We can root him on, but to tear somebody else down goes against exactly what you talk about. I do and somebody else do, and not looking at the realistic fact, the facts of things, right? So let's just call it what it is now. And you can't blame Dylan Gabriel for being on the Oregon Ducks. Like, let's not blame him for being on a good team. We could talk about this the whole show, bro. Like, we could make a whole show just talking about Shedeur and really be on here for 3 hours or a whole hour and a half just talking about Shedeur Sanders. Like, but I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Get some let's see who's really sticking around, because Anthony Richardson is hurt yet again, and that's unfortunate for Anthony Richardson, man. He's hurt yet again, bro. Again, he's out. Reports have said it's a shoulder injury. I don't know, because just a month before the shoulder injury or OTAs, or maybe a couple weeks before that, I was on X and I seen him get a back tattoo. He got a whole back tattoo before that. So, it's crazy to me that you have shoulder injuries and these injuries that he's got. Now, at this point, I don't know if he wants out of Indianapolis, if he don't want to play for the Colts, if he's not happy there. I never seen a quarterback tap out of a game. He's done that there. He's not been very successful there. He got first round talent, speed, his physical attributes is first round, his height is first round height, and his arm got a cannon. I think it was a little bit I think it was drafted too high, in my opinion. I think Anthony Richardson was drafted a little bit too high, but he is a physical specimen. He really is. He's really fast, got a good arm, just some little kinks that you wanted to see out of him to go at the next level. He had his chance to start last year. Really didn't look too good on the film that he did have last year, but he did show good in spurts in the NFL. But this shoulder injury to me just says that I think it is, when you riddle with so many injuries this early on, it raises red flags and it drops your stock tremendously to a lot of other people and a lot of other teams, right? Now, I think you'll get some teams that'll be like, okay, we'll overlook that and maybe we could work on them. But like, it also drops your cash shakedown tremendously. Like, how many people's willing to take a chance right now on Anthony Richardson? You know what I mean? With a shoulder injury, he just had injuries last year. A lot of other things going on with him, man. It's unfortunate. It's really not something I wanted to get in on and dig in on. It's just something that I just wanted to, inform y'all on, just in case some people out there may not know this is going on. I'm really not going to spend time on a topic or anything. But anything you want to say about it, Neckbone, before I move on?
Yes, I do. I actually want to have. I got something I got to say.
All right.
And it's like this. I have a question for you, because I feel like you done more time with Anthony Richardson, because I didn't get any. I watched his highlights, but I never tuned into any of the coach games. I will say that. But I have a question I want to ask you, right?
What's
Because
that?
now at this point, I'm trying to get the information for the guy.
Okay.
How many games did he win as a starter out of the 17 games?
Anthony
As a
Richardson?
as a rookie quarterback, yes.
Dang, I'm gonna have to look that up. That's a good question, because I don't know how many games he won, but let me
Cause
But that's it.
I know you have, you know what I'm saying? I know you don't want to spend much time on it, and we're gonna go by that script.
Nah, but go ahead,
But
good.
I wanted to ask you that question. How many games did he win as a starter? If I could look it up, I could look it up and to join to the show conversation, but I really need to know that before I tell my take on what
Okay.
I mean, I don't
Anthony
have to, but I feel like that brings value, a little value to the show if I could
Anthony
get that.
Richardson. Let's see. Anthony Richardson. How many games did Anthony Richardson win last year? Okay. See, it ain't nothing to get the stats. See, that's what I like that. See, but it ain't nothing to pull it up though. So dude is less than that 6'4". How many games did he win last year as a starter? Because we gotta see, because see, that's the crazy thing about it. Okay. So him as a starter, I think he played. So these are the games he played: Houston, Green Bay, Chicago, Pittsburgh, right? Miami, or is that the whole entire schedule? Hold on, let me see. That might be the whole entire schedule. So let me see. I'm
Because
gonna get it pulled up here.
I know we measured off of wins. I mean, the quarterbacks are measured off of wins, so
Hmm.
we could talk about how terrible the season was. But as a starter, I really need to know how many games he won as a starter because it looked like he started the first 5 6 games, didn't he?
I
On
think
what you got pulled up.
I do. Yeah, I do believe. See, it usually say it on there, man. It usually say it right up on there, like how many like the quarterback, like who started. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a
There it is.
recent
There it is. There it is. There
what
it is. There it is. Go
right
to the
here.
schedule. You see where it say Tennessee, Denver. Go down. Scroll down. Going up.
Okay, so we got to go to CR right here. That's what I thought, but it normally say the quarterback's name.
Okay, okay. No, 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 no. I feel like it's saying because it say completion 7 for 11, 7 for 38. That's what I need right there. We could just stop right there, right? Okay. Go back up, go back up, go back up. That's
Okay, so
all I need.
one,
You
two,
don't got
three.
even go. Cause three for four with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think he
He
started that.
no, he didn't start.
Right. So let's go up to the top first half and let's scroll down.
I don't think he started the game versus Tennessee neither. I mean, well, I don't know. He's 7 for 11, 131 yards.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. But let's just go out. Let's kind of go off of what we see right here, right? Okay. 7 for 13, 38, 12 for 24, 11, 28, 28, 20 for 30. Let's go off of this, okay? I mean, I will say for Anthony Richardson, right? The guy can run a 4.340,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's fast, he makes plays, right?
Yep.
The NFL is looking for backup quarterbacks. Everybody cannot be a Patrick Mahomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is this guy with these stats, I'm seeing 172, 275, 272, 175, 129, right? 10 for 20. Man, this guy could be a backup quarterback and learn his way in. I.e. Geno Smith, a guy who sat on the bench, was able to learn the game, build and get a $40 million contract, probably more, but I'm just gonna say that what I feel like he had, what I feel like they offered him when he was in Seattle. So my thing is this: everybody can't be a starter. He could be in Dallas right now. If he was in Dallas right now, bro, I feel like Jerry Jones would be okay with having Anthony Richardson behind him. He can read option. He can run. Man, come on now. I'm seeing now Miami 16 16 and 10. They beat Miami. They beat Pittsburgh. They went on and beat Chicago. He was 10 for 20. Even if he didn't start any of these games, he's able to come in and play and help them contribute to a win. The guy for New Orleans, right? He a second string, third string quarterback who comes in when they need the ball to get a first down and make plays. That's another guy. Man, come on. You Anthony Richardson could be used for the next 6 to 7, 8 years, man. with just off his talents alone. You know,
Yeah. That was me. That was something else. That's my grandma.
I always ask for grandma. There you go. There you go.
That was grandma. You know what I mean? It's just, family things going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I just had
The
lost one of
family.
my uncles to a heart attack and everything. So but
I'm sending my prayers, bro. Man,
thank you,
we gonna
man.
we
Thank
the
you.
Darden
So
family. We praying for you, man.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Now,
But yeah, bro.
yeah,
The
that's
guy
that's Anthony
for
Richardson right there, though, right?
say it again.
Now, I said I have to agree with you. I said I agree. I said I don't disagree with what you were saying at all about him. I think you on point. I think you
Yeah,
closed that out
who
for
is
me.
the guy? Who is the guy in New Orleans? The backup for Derek Carr last year, who came in on certain situations. I forget his name.
Spencer Rattler, right?
No, not Spencer Rattler, the other guy. He comes in, he might play
Tyson,
quarterback,
Tyson,
he might play tight end, he might play running
Tyson,
back.
Tyson, or something like that. I can't. I think that's his last name, Tyson or whatever. Number 7. Yeah, I know you're talking about. I know you're
Right.
talking about.
So he comes in situations, right? And I
Yeah,
guarantee you, out of 32 teams in the NFL, he's a value, bro. You need a read option, you need 4 or 5 yards to get a first down, bro. Anthony Richardson can do that. I'm
yeah,
looking at those stats that you had pulled up, bro. And I know you don't want to spend a long time on it, but bruh, he can do it. He
yeah,
run a 4.340, bro, and he can throw the ball 80 yards. Shedeur
yeah.
can't throw the ball 80 yards.
Nah, but he could do it. You right. He could be a backup. He could be a
Man,
backup.
what are we talking about? Like, even though I haven't watched Anthony Richardson, bro, I'd rather have an Anthony Richardson than the Shedeur Sanders right now.
Oh boy. Oh boy. See, that's
I'm
hate.
just
Now you
being
hate.
honest with you, bro. I'd rather have it
Now
because
you-
he been thrown in the fire week 1. He was able, listen to me, guys out there. He was able to show an organization, not because who his dad was, not because who the fans was, to show Indianapolis that he was able to come out there and start week 1.
right.
Shedeur Sanders haven't done that. Let's just speak the facts. He hasn't done that
Not yet. Not yet. To be fair, not
yet.
yet.
Yes. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't looking too good because in the preseason, around the preseason, before the preseason, around this time, Anthony Richardson, everybody knew he was gonna be the starter, and they didn't have to ask for the playbook, and they didn't have 9-for-7 stats up there in OTAs.
True. True story. True story.
You know,
True.
and I'll end my take with that because like I say, we're going off the show and trucking. I know you got to go and be with those babies, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to catch some catfish today so we can move on, bro, and go accordingly. But I'm in with it, bro. Whatever
Yeah.
we
Because
want, whatever you
I
want to talk
definitely could.
about, I'm with you, bro.
All right. Let's rock. Let's rock. All right. We got next up, man. Before we get into some Steelers talk, I wanted to talk about. I wanted to show some love to somebody up out there, man. That's been showing out in OTAs also. Looking pretty good. And it looks like he's working on everything he needs to work on, his weaknesses. And that's T-Mac, man. That's T-Mac with the Panthers, man. T-Mac is out there putting in that work right now. Tatoria McMillan, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not good with it, but that's why I just call him T-Mac for short. But he looks good though. That's what he needs to work on, is getting off the line. That's what he struggled with the most. I'd seen that on the film. It was told to me by a couple people, and I'm like, man, I really didn't recognize that last year. But I guess I should have, seeing how Colton Hood had locked him up in that Colorado game, and I really didn't pay too much attention to it. But it's something that he definitely struggled with. It was a concern about the Panthers, but they saying he looking good out there right now. And he's working on that. And I like to see that with T-Mac, man, because he got the size. And I was just talking about the Panthers wide receiver core last week. I had made a video, a short about it too. I couldn't really hear me because my new camera it has this mic or something, and it picked up. But anyway, it turned my actual mic off. But I think the Panthers wide receiver room is going to be one, and I'm gonna say this now. I think they're going to be one of the best in the NFL. In 3 years, we're going to be sitting here looking at the Panthers wide receiver room and saying they're one of the best in the NFL, bro. And granted, I think the Falcons is right there. I think some of the best wide receivers is going to be coming out of the NFC South. I'm just sorry. I'm saying it now. I'm just saying. Just saying. Got. I mean, when you got Nick Nash as an undrafted going down there and to the Falcons, that's crazy because he was a Triple Crown winner in the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? Completions, touchdowns, and yards, Triple Crown, and like, come on. Like, and he's with the Falcons. Drake London putting in that work down there, and then we got Jimmy Horn Jr. with the Panthers, T Mac, Xavier Leggett. Like, bruh, should I keep going on? You know what I'm saying? Got Chris Olave over there with the Saints.
Xavier Leggett. Don't add Jimmy Horn. Make him earn it. As fans, we gotta make him.
I believe in Jimmy Horn. I like Jimmy Horn, man. I like Jimmy Horn, man. I think Jimmy Horn gonna be able to provide something off that with the with special teams. I think he's gonna be able to provide something with special teams on that team right now.
I will say this, and I don't mean to cut you off, Trucking. I will say this. I feel like the Carolina Panthers will give him more plays to where he can stand out other than the bubble screen and a slant over the top, looking at that linebacker. I feel like they'll provide him with more plays to where we can see actually what Jimmy Horn can do. Because, like I said, Bryce Young is a hell of a quarterback, bro. And that offensive coordinator, I feel like he can dial up something. But that's just my take on that, Truck, and we can move on. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I can see what we're trying to go
3 years. I said 3 years. In 3 years, we're going to be looking at this Panthers receiver room. 3. Give me 3. I said 3. I ain't say right now. I ain't say that I was going to give it to Jimmy right now. I said 3 years. Give us 3. Give me 3. Give me 3. They're going to be fire, man. I think they got something going on good over there, man. I like what they got going on.
I will say this, right? And it's salute to Jimmy Horn because I believe in him too, right? But when I see a receiver bat the ball down because the quarterback is not paying attention to the defense and they're keying on taking the guy out, I'm talking about Troy Polamalu, Ray Lewis style, taking the guy out if he catch that ball because they didn't study it on film so much and he bat the ball down like, man, I'm not taking that hit. I feel like Jimmy Horn can actually have an offense that actually shows him how to be a receiver and put him in the right direction to where he won't be on the stretcher. So, okay. I mean, I'm bigging up in the Carolina Panthers to hopefully they can have better plays for Jimmy Horn to be a player in the NFL. So that's just my take on that.
What up, Katie? What up? Katie always in the chat. What up, Katie in the chat? What's going on? And yeah, we got, yeah. Now it's time for some Steeler talk. My phone that bone. Yeah, it's time for Steeler talk. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't liking the Steelers, man, look, man, I ain't got too much time to spend on my Steeler talk today, man, because I got to get ready to go, man. I'm already late, backing up everybody in the house. They all like, come on, Dad. You take it too damn long. Everybody ready to go. I got to hit the road. I got like an hour and a half drive before I got to go to this baseball tournament. Man, listen. DK Metcalf not coming to OTAs. I'm going to speak on that. And I think it's not that important, Steelers fans. And the reason why I say this is because DK not coming to OTAs is not like Aaron Rodgers not showing up, but and they were voluntary. They were voluntary OTAs, grant that, but I still think that a quarterback should be there. And he's dead signed at the end of the week, which kind of like, to me, it's like, all right, he signed at the end of the week. There was voluntary OTAs, even though I would have liked for him to be there. I'm still not. I'm not super ecstatic with this signing of Aaron Rodgers. But DK, I don't think DK had to come at all. He's a wide receiver. He didn't know who his quarterback was going to be, and maybe he did know that Aaron Rodgers was coming, so he was waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Regardless, he did show his face around this facility, so I don't even know why people making that a report on SteelerNation.com because he actually went to the facility, met with a lot of the young receivers, talked to him, gave him some advice. Even though he didn't go to the OTAs, he has met with the right receiver room and talked to them. So I don't know why that's such a big deal. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers came in the building and did that part with the young quarterbacks. But there is now moving on to A-Rod. You got anything to say about DK before I go into Aaron Rodgers' neck bone?
Yes, I do. And with DK, I spent some times in Jerry World, right? When I lived in Dallas a year or two ago, right? And I spent some time watching DK. And my favorite saying for DK is big play DK. He's an athlete. Shout out Ole Miss. And at any point at any moment, he can catch that ball and get in the end zone. I don't care if it's from 60, I don't care if it's from 70 yards. He will find a way to get in the end zone. But this is my thing, and this is to you, Mr. DK. Your attitude is what's going to keep giving you these contracts. You going into a new situation in Pittsburgh. I'm telling you right now, that head coach, he ain't going for none of it. You know, Antonio Brown, he dealt with that, and he hit a lot of stuff, but he gonna give you an opportunity to make plays in Pittsburgh. Take the opportunity, learn from a guy like Aaron Rodgers, make big plays, do your thing, DK, because y'all got a receiver core down there. But those guys have to jail. They have to be patient. If you lose the first 2-3 games, you got 17 games, man. Just focus on the task, learn the playbook, and when your name is called, make big plays. And I don't feel like DK, I feel like DK can do that, but he has to, his attitude is the main thing.
All
To
right.
get him in a situation to make big plays, because Pete Carroll is similar to the guy y'all got down there in Pittsburgh. Help me, trucking, the black guy.
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. They both are great coaches, and they're gonna put DK in situations to where he can make big plays. Are they gonna spoon feed him? No. They're gonna give him an opportunity though, so he gotta be prepared for the opportunity when it comes.
Right. I dig it. Good take. I dig it. All right, Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers is the Steelers' new quarterback. He is our quarterback, whether we like it or not. He's our quarterback. He just is, man. He's our quarterback, whether we like the kid or not. And we could this thing, we could play with, we could say anything we want to say. But this is the guy that's our quarterback. It is what it is. This is some film on Aaron Rodgers. Probably gonna get copyright for it, but I don't care. I really don't care right now. Like, I'm just being honest about it. I don't give a damn right now about it. But this is our guy.
Trucker, you know how to cut it out though, don't you? In the studio?
Nah.
Okay. If you download the YouTube Studio, when they send that copyright, just delete it out. And you can they're gonna delete out the trim out the segment of this video, and you won't get a copyright strike.
Oh yeah. I know how to do that part. Yeah, I thought you were talking about something else, but yeah, but Aaron Rodgers, man, if we can get, he here now, y'all. He's here now, whether we wanted him here or not. You know what I'm saying? He's here. I think we gotta at least get. Now listen to what I'm saying now, and don't try to soundbite me on this, right? Listen, everything I'm saying, because I'm straddling the fence with this heavy. We at least gotta get a playoff win to satisfy the fan base with Aaron Rodgers in there. Period. Point blank. Anything less of that, Mike Tomlin gonna get it. From a lot of people. Not me being included, but from a lot of people. But since we had to wait on him the way that we did, and everything that come with him, if he supposed to be this guy, we better win a damn Super Bowl. That's all I got to say. And I mean that. because he got good plays in him. He has good plays in him. He done carved up some of the best teams in the AFC, as we're seeing right now. He still got some of that in him. But which guy are we gonna get in him, out of him? Because our offensive line is new. It's new. These guys need time to build the chemistry to play together. You know what I mean? The game is won and lost in the trenches. We're going to run the ball heavy, and because we're not, but he's comfortable in these situations. Which, can he adapt, or can Arthur Smith adapt to Aaron Rodgers' play style? Can Aaron Rodgers adapt to Arthur Smith's calling style? You know what I'm saying? Is that going to clash? Because, you know what I mean? He usually likes 3 wide receivers out there, as you can see. You know what I mean? We're going to have 2 tight ends on the field, 1 back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we even going to go with the fullback in there. You know what I'm saying? Or the H back. We're going to play that. And that's what brings me up to the to try to put all this up into one, because I ain't got much time left. You know, that's why we were looking for, you heard Kyle Pitts might come to the Steelers. You heard Jonnu Smith might come there, because Darnell Washington, he's a tackle he's a very athletic tackle. You know what I mean? He's not a receiving tight end, but he's the tight end that we need in the run game, because he can block better than Freiermuth. You know what I mean? He can block better than Freiermuth. So you looking at Kyle Pitts. Say what you want about Kyle Pitts. He's a decent blocker. You know what I mean? We seen Bijan getting busy behind him. Go look at some of the film. It ain't just me talking. This is the truth behind it. You know what I mean? Look at Jonnu Smith, the run game with the Dolphins. Them running backs are getting busy. Look at them. We need the whole thing with our offense is physicality. Physical. Ball out, be physical. And that's the name of the Steelers this year. That's the way we rolling. You got it twisted if you think the Steelers ain't got the running backs to do it, because I know we do. Jaylen Warren is an absolute beast. He's the reason why Najee Harris even got up to 1,000 yards last season, and the reason why Najee Harris started running the way he was, because Jaylen Warren was there. He took his job. They let Najee go, and they kept Warren around. Granted, he's undrafted up out of Oklahoma State, so you already know what time it is there. And you think Caleb Johnson ain't about to come in from Iowa and put in that work, you might be twisted. Our offense is physical, but is Aaron, I'm not. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm not happy about it, y'all. But this is my team. I gotta roll with the decision. I don't make the decisions, and it's like this: win. Because if we don't win, the bullshit begins, and I'm done with that. What you got to say, Neckbone?
I will say this, brother, and I salute you, and I really, I feel like, brother, from another brother, from brother to brother, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, right? With Aaron Rodgers, I'm just gonna say this. I like him. The back half of the season, he done pretty good. My thing is with him, if I was a Steelers fan looking at it, and I'm gonna look at it if I was a Steelers fan, right? But I'm a Bills fan, right? So I'm looking at it, if I was a Steelers fan, right? I want him to stay healthy from week 1 all the way to week 17. And then if he's healthy for 17 games, I can give a proper assessment. But what's his contract? I'm asking you, what's his contract? Because I know we got to go, but
1
I'm gonna
year.
ask you.
We got him 1 year.
Okay, so this is a thing for 1 year, right? I don't feel like that's enough time to sign somebody for a Super Bowl. But I'm looking at the guys who y'all brought in. Will Howard, right? National championship guy. I don't feel like you could have got a better pick out of that, right? So I'm saying pat yourself on the back as a Steelers fan, right? Because you got a guy that they brung in Aaron Rodgers. So the guy who was behind him is a guy that could possibly learn. But let's just say the good things that can happen out of this, right? And I'm gonna go high. Aaron Rodgers get you to a playoff, get you to a playoff wild card game. divisional game, let's just say that happens, right? You have continuity to build into the next season, right? So if you see Will Howard week 16 and week 17, because Pittsburgh has won 11 or 12 games to get in the playoffs, or 13 because they do it different now. You have to pat yourself on the back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I like Aaron Rodgers because he can get out of the pocket and scramble a little bit if he has to. But at the same time, Super Bowl, I wouldn't feel like would be my ultimate goal because you could possibly be let down, right?
Yeah.
Due to the players that you're bringing in, and it's just a lot to go with it, right? So if Aaron Rodgers, let's just compare them to Alex Smith and Pat Mahomes, right? Like I was saying earlier, if Aaron Rodgers gets you to the playoffs and you draft a guy who just won the national championship, and you see him week 16, week 17, or possibly week 12,
Yeah.
then you got a good situation for next year to win a Super Bowl
Right.
if
Right.
he's capable, or win a conference championship, or get to a conference championship. So you just have to, come to mindset one game at a time. When Steelers organization, the Super Bowl is so hard to get to, man. Shit, the Washington Commanders did great last year,
I
right?
dig it.
But nobody thought they would get to where they were, and they weren't able to achieve the ultimate goal. But they're in the race, right? So next year come, they beat Philly, and they get into a Super Bowl. But as if you're a Steelers fan right now, playoffs and drafting Will Howard, man, let's just go to hopefully next year around this time that the Steelers could win a conference championship and just build from there.
I like that. I like that. I like that take. You dealing with a frustrated Steelers fan, and you could tell in my voice, and I got a bias with the Pittsburgh Steelers, so everything that I say, a lot of it comes from fanatics. So I got to give y'all that disclaimer when I speak on my team. Sometimes I have um reasonable takes with them, but sometimes the fan comes out of me, the fanatic it comes out with it out of me with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love the team. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that. I don't think a lot of us are super happy with the choice of Aaron Rodgers coming to Pittsburgh, but I mean, it's something that we got to deal with. We got to trust the process to what's going on. I like what Neckbone said. Calm me down, gave me some different insight in looking at this. And so therefore, when we looking at the next level and the next thing that's going on, we very well may be another team that may be looking at going quarterback too. But see, the thing is, with a lot of people and a lot of fans are worried about if we're going to go quarterback next year, like we're if we win games, like there, this is where I'm at. We win games, we don't get a great draft pick. I'm not saying tank. I'm not saying tank this season. I'm not saying that at all. And I don't think a lot of us are saying that, but we win enough games to get 20s, mid 20s, you know what I mean? But we don't get far enough to say we're okay with this season. You know what I mean? We don't win enough games. Like we got to win that playoff game at least, you know what I mean, to satisfy some of the fan base. But if you're going to get that far, then shit, you might as well win it all. You know what I mean? I feel like that in a way. But then it's like, all right, so who's going to be available in the mid 20s? But next year's class quarterbacks could be possibly so deep that we very well may still get our guy, whoever that may be. I heard a lot about Sam Levitt, but I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I did hear something about Sam Levitt. He's been in that Kelly Denham system. I think they like Sam Levitt. I don't know why, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for him. But I'm about to get up off here, Neckbone. I appreciate you coming, man. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to Neckbone's channel, man. It's Neckbones Takes. Go over there, subscribe to the man channel. He came over here on the fans' point of view. Hopefully, I see him more. Appreciate your time, man. Anything you want to say?
Man, salute to you, trucking, man. Just keep doing your content, man.
Appreciate
Keep doing what you're doing with the babies, man. That's what's important first, man. We men first, man. This content and stuff like this, it's great. We want to be the top. We want to be at the top because we feel like we deserve it. There's a lot of guys at the top who aren't as talented as us. I feel like in some ways, but bro, we in the right direction. Sometimes you just gotta go day for day, man, and just do the best you can while you're here, bro. Just
right.
I feel like as a brother to brother, bro, pat yourself on the back more, man, because you're doing what you gotta do, bro. And God, the good Lord gonna put what he want, he gonna give you what he gonna give you all the tools to be great, bro. But it's just gonna take a little time, bro.
That's
So
what's up.
just what I'm saying, salute
Appreciate it.
yourself more, bro.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all out there tuning in, man. Fast point of view, man. Y'all know how I give it up, man. I always say, man, pray for me, and I pray for y'all. Keep us in prayer. Peace.